going on, everybody? It is your boy Trev. I want to show you something today. There's this tool that I like to use. It's called the regression tool. And this wild Willy chart, and I've been talking about Willy for the past couple of days, so we'll talk about it as we go along as well. But this chart is kind of a perfect chart to show you how I use this particular tool. And let me tell you, I am no financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, and I'm certainly not a trading professional. I don't even know that I'm using this tool right. But this is how I've been using it, and it's kind of worked out for me. So first, really quick about Willy. And yes, we've been talking about it for the past few days, quite a bit, because look at the chart. Look at what it's doing. It's moving up like crazy. It's a great project. Meme coin, launched on Solana. I don't know of anything else on Solana that's actually performing like this. Every day I look at it, it's like up 60%, up 70%, up 130%. It's run by some people on the Terra Classic network that we all know. LVS Node, Battle Force, Validator, Pink Unicorn. Most of us know these people. So the thing about that is, obviously, these are people that have been around for a while. They're very active in the community, not only with running their node, but with just trying to make things better constantly. Really good people. So as far as, when it comes to meme coins, and particularly on Solana, you always worry that something's going to pump and then just be gone, right? But because we know these people and we've known them and they've been around for a long time and they have a presence in the community, we can obviously feel a lot better about getting involved in this one. They already have staking in place for this project. This is a project that they're building. They are by no means just doing some pump and dump quick thing on Solana to make some money. They're building this thing. The community is super, super strong and really a good community of holders, because we wouldn't be able to have these big upward trends like we've been having if people weren't buying it and actually holding it, okay? From what I understand, there are actually some things coming next week that are going to be maybe a bit of a catalyst to push this thing even further. And again, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that, but I want to show you with this chart how I use this regression tool. And it's up here, and I've already got it selected, but if you come down a little bit, here it is, the regression tool. And what you want to do with this is you want to set a particular range, okay? And once you set that range, it will tell you within that range what the average price was within that range. And you can use that information to kind of figure some things out, okay? First off, let me say this also about Willy, if I can go back to it for a second. Some people are saying, it's already run up quite a bit. Too late for me to get in now. This is only launched like 2 weeks ago. I think today actually makes 2 weeks. It has not been that long at all. This thing has so much further to go. Yes, in my opinion, not financial advice, but if you talk to the development team, if you're in the TG, you'd see what's going on with the community. I think you'd get the same impression that, literally just starting with this 2 weeks ago. That's nothing. All right, so anyway, I'm going to put it at the beginning, and I'll go all the way to the end for now, okay? You can see that you get this graph, I guess you'd call it. You can make these any color you want. I made them purple and green, and that's from the beginning to the end. So if looking at the beginning to the end, if you looked at the line in between these two colors, that's telling you what the average is price-wise in that range from the beginning to the end. So what I do is I look at it like this, and understand that a chart can only tell you what already happened. Can't tell you what's going to happen, but you can look at it and maybe get some clues about what could potentially happen or what is more likely to happen. What I do is I look at it like this. This range, the purple and green range, that's average, high average, low average, but anything below that range, if we had a candle that came down below there, that would have been an area over the course of time that was very low, that was way below average, which means it would have been a great spot to grab some if you had the foresight to do it. We don't have any of that with this chart. Everything is either in the range or, as of the past couple days, way above the range, okay? So let's go to way above the range. We'll talk about the range itself in a second. Anything way above the range, if you're going to take profits, and I always recommend taking profit, okay? Holding on to things for sentimental reasons just because everybody says to hodl and you want to be diamond hands and all that. I mean, go ahead. Do whatever the hell you want. Me personally, I'm a trader. I'm here to try to make money. You can't make money if you don't actually take the profits. So those are great areas to take profits. What you're going to do with those profits is really up to you. You could take the money, take the profits, and ape into something else that you think is going to move. Take that shot. You could cash it out, use it to pay your bills, go out to dinner. I don't know. Whatever your profits are, however much you made, you could do that. What I've been doing with this particular project is I can tell you, like right here, let's look at these two candles right here. This was somewhere between 3018 and 3022, okay? I took some profits. I sold 1 million up in here somewhere. Probably like halfway in that range, to be honest with you. I sold 1 million of them. And what I did is I waited for it to come down, and I actually bought back in somewhere down in here, probably around the 3014 or 15 range. I'd have to double check it, but it was somewhere in there, okay? What I did is when I sold 1 million of them, and I took all that money that I got and bought it back when it came low, I went from having 1 million of them to 1,160 something thousand. So I picked up 160,000 of them by doing that. That's risky. It's always risky. It's a gamble. You really should know what you're doing if you're going to start trading that way, or think you know what you're doing like me, because what if it doesn't come back down? What if it takes off? What if it moves? What if it runs? If you had held on to those funds, you would have been getting all that profit. But when I look at this tool and I put it from the beginning to the end, and I say in this whole range of this project from beginning to end, this is way above average, I'm willing to take the gamble and say, I think it's going to come back down into that average range. That's what I did. It worked out for me. It doesn't always work out. Some projects are more dangerous to do that with than others. This one is one that I would say is a little more risky than others, because over the past few days, we have seen this thing have the propensity to just run. It just wants to go. I don't even know where it's going. But we're only at 167,000 market cap right now. It's only 2 weeks. We've already been up over 200,000 market cap. And just 2 days ago, we were talking about, hey, can we get to 100,000 market cap? It runs. I don't see how this thing, maybe by the weekend, doesn't get to 500,000 market cap. I don't see how it doesn't get to 1 million market cap really in short order. Maybe next week. I don't know. No crystal ball. But I just don't see how it doesn't happen. So it's a little more risky to play that game with this one, but it is something you can try to do, and if it works in your favor, beautiful. It's a great way to pad your bags. Now, this regression tool, again, only shows you what already happened, okay? And something that might be in the green or in the purple section, if you let it keep going, it's going to change. Right now, we've got all this in this green section. Now, the way I use these sections is anything that's in the green section, that was a good area to buy. It was below the average. If you look at the range, anywhere in this green would have been a great area to buy, because ultimately here we are. We're up here, right? Anything in the purple, depends on how you look at it. It's a good hold area. It's a good spot to just hold on to it. But if you have conviction in the project, if you really believe with all of your research and all of your due diligence that the project is going to continue to rise and go up and up and up, then that's what you call a good dollar cost average area. And look at this. If we had dollar cost averaged in anywhere in this purple, right, and held on to it, now it came back down, right, but if we held on to it and it went all the way up here, that would have paid off, okay? This regression tool shows you over the course of time what would have worked and what didn't work. But let's shorten it up. Let's look at it a little differently, okay? If I didn't start it at the beginning, let's say I started it, let's say over here. We've got a much steeper incline, but we see that this area here is in the green. This is all a really good buying area over that period of time. Remember, look at some of this right here, right? See this right here? That looks like it's a good buying area. Over the whole course of time, some of that was in the yeah, buying area, but some of that was in the hold area, right? Let me change it again. Like this right here. Look at this peak. Look at this area here. That's all in the purple. That's in your dollar cost average area. But over this period of time, that was in the buy zone, okay? So as this thing continues to go up, and we'll draw it all the way back, we see that this area here is all dollar cost average area. This was a good buying area. But if this thing continues to go up, 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 as we stretch out this regression tool and it starts creeping up, 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 all this that you see in the green area right now, that was a good buy area, that's going to be below the average. So actually, if it keeps going up, we'll look back on it and say, that was an area that we really should have grabbed, right? And what's in the purple right now that we're looking at as a holding area or maybe a dollar cost average area, if this keeps going up and you see this regression chart start moving up, some of this that's in the purple right now, that could be in the green area. And in hindsight, we would say, boy, that was really good areas where we should have bought. So when people right now are saying, it's too late, it's already run up, doesn't make sense to do it right now, the future is going to tell whether you were right or not. Because if this keeps moving the way it was moving, you're going to find out that all this right here that was way up, that people took profits in, you're going to find out that that's going to change, that that's going to be probably down in the purple area, maybe even close to the green area, and you'll find out that actually those were really good spots where you could have bought, all right? Only if this thing comes down from there and doesn't go up anymore, will that not be true. But you have to figure that out for yourself and figure out what it is that you think is going to actually happen, okay? Let me take this and put it back over here. Well, we've got some really good areas. We could have dollar cost averaged in here, right? We've only got a couple little spots here that were really good for taking profits. And luckily, I took profits in those areas. But you see how it comes back down, right? And as this continues to go up, it's all going to change. If it comes down, it'll change differently. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? So far, this is what you got to go by. I made a good move today. I really did. I picked up more by doing that, by using this tool and looking at it and saying, no, it's probably going to come back down a little bit. It might not. It might go up, but I took the gamble over the history of it to say it's probably going to come back down. That history changes as we move on. So you keep stretching this regression tool out to see, all right, where are those average areas? Where are those areas where it was better to buy, maybe better to hold? That's how I use it, okay? You don't have to use it at all, or you can use it the same way, or if you've got another way to use it, I'd love to hear about it, but that's what I do. And that's how I've been actually doing pretty good with my trading. All right, I just wanted to tell you about that, teach you about that a little bit. Just mention Willy to you again. If you're not in it, do your due diligence, do your research, check it out, look at the chart, figure it out, go into SolScan, look at the holders, look at the wallets, do all the things you're supposed to do before you just ape into something is what I always recommend. Get in the TG, know who it is that's actually running the project, interact with the community. See what the vibe is in there. And you might even hear when people are saying, oh, at this point, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. At that point, I'm going to sell. And there's so much information that can be had to help you not only determine whether you want to get into this, but once you get in, to help you figure out how to trade it and what to do. All I can tell you is for me, I'm going to reiterate, I don't see how this doesn't get to 1 million market cap and get there pretty fast. And then, it's only gravy from there, all right? Talk to y'all later. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Leave a comment anyway. I don't care if you just say, hi, Trev, right? Like the video for me. If you want to subscribe. I don't push for subscribers, but all these kind of things, when you do them, they help to push this video out so more people can see it, more people can get educated about this project, more people can, listen to the way I use this thing, and maybe it'll be something that they can put in to their own trading strategy and help them out. Like, subscribe if you want to, leave comments, those are big, share the video, all that stuff is all appreciated. All right, y'all, talk to you later. Ciao.